And away we go. It is the Aftermath, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. They are located in Dayton, Kentucky, right down the street from Newport on the Levee. Easy to get to, close to downtown. So don't fret that it's in Northern Kentucky. It's close, I promise. They have the best fried chicken in the city, chicken tenders, chicken dunkers, French fries, coleslaw, fried potatoes, deviled eggs, all kinds of good stuff. They've got it. Just want to let you know they will be closed on March 5th to celebrate their 6th birthday. So don't go on Thursday, the 5th. But other than that, feel free. Go see our good friends 7 days a week, Galactic Fried Chicken. They'll get you taken care of. All right, Aaron, let's get this show on the road. It was a fun one in Fifth Third Arena today as the Bearcats dismantled Oklahoma State 91-68. Shot it well, passed it well. Generally, not a whole lot to, I'm sure you'll find something, but not a whole lot to complain about today for the Bearcats as, boy, they played well. Oklahoma's like one of those where like you play one of your better games and they play about as bad as a team can play. That was the result you get. Wasn't quite as bad as Houston, Colorado, but this game, Aaron, was never in question. Cincinnati got up big early. There wasn't a run in sight for the Cowboys, and the Bearcats take care of business. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, they did everything that you possibly could have wanted. Mustafa Cham came out aggressive early on and dominated. Day Thomas actually was aggressive. That was as good a game as I can remember him having this season. I don't know if he did anything in the non-con that was comparable or not, but we've been beating this drum for weeks at this point where we need you to drive, sir. You will collect fouls and you will get to the line. What happened today? He goes to the line, 5 of 6. He hit 7 of 11 threes. He just took plenty of shots, though. I mean, he still drove. Like we saw him do the things that we wanted him to do. We wanted him to look comfortable shooting the ball. Like not just, I mean, he did plenty of catch and shoot, but be aggressive.
Mostly catch and shoot. It was the thing I will say is that was about as uninspired of an effort defensively as I've seen from an opponent. Like Cincinnati got the ball to wherever they wanted offensively today. The ball popped. Give Cincinnati credit. This is not to take away credit from them. The ball moved. It popped. It found the open man, and Cincinnati made shots. But boy, I asked Keegan, I don't know, there's probably 6 or 7 minutes left. I'm like, do you remember a possession where it felt like Oklahoma State was just shutting down Cincinnati's offense? He's like, no. I'm like, I don't really. I mean, they didn't make all their shots, but man, it didn't feel like, and you had a different perspective watching on TV. Did it feel like there were many contested shots today?
They definitely had a couple, but it wasn't, it didn't. There were lots of guys wide open. Wide open. Not even a hand in the face. But yeah, I mean, when you end up with 24 assists on 33 shots, that's a really, really good day at the office. Yeah. 43 rebounds. They dominated the glass in this one to Oklahoma State's 32. You end up with 24 second chance points. I thought that was pretty massive for them. I don't know, just like I said, anything you could have asked them to do today, they answered the bell.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those games where it's like, yeah, this is exactly how we drew it up on the board. Like this is exactly what we wanted to see, and they got it done. Happy birthday to you on March 5th, Neil. Aaron, did Cham get enough rebounds for you?
Yeah, it almost looked like Baba, I don't know if Baba was as aggressive. He almost ceded some rebounds to Chom. I don't know if they're doing something different than what we've seen, or if Chom is just
I think
extra
Chom was just
aggressive.
in position a lot.
Uh,
A lot better than he has. We've talked about he's not a great out of area rebounder.
yeah,
It felt like he was in position a lot better today than he had, some of those games we were talking about where he had, 2-3 rebounds and Aaron was frustrated.
well, I mean, when you're the tallest dude out there, you shouldn't have 3 rebounds.
I
But
know. I agree with you.
but now I just need him to settle down on 5 threes a game.
He scored 24 points. He can shoot as many threes as he wants if they're up 25, Aaron.
Well, they weren't up 25 when he was unloading threes, but I digress.
Okay.
His were early. His were early on, not late in the game. But
they were up quick and often.
We did see that both Jordy and Tyler McKinley were out in this game. You got to see the first game from Shanabayev in quite a long time. So
about
good
a
to
month,
see him back.
Right?
Good to see him back out there. Got to see Halvin Zella get some run again tonight. It's been a couple games since he's been out there. Even got to see some extended minutes for old Grant Derbyshire. But yeah, I don't know. You're starting 5. I mean, they keep playing like this, and obviously Tech was different. Tech is built different. But I am interested to see what happens in these last 2.
If you're wondering about Tech, they scored 100 against Kansas State. We all brushed that off. No big deal. They beat the brakes off Cincinnati. And now they are in Hilton Coliseum up, I think it's 15 on Iowa State in their gym. So I'm not saying they're better without JT Toppin. I'm saying they have not missed a beat to this point without JT Toppin. They're playing really well. So Cincinnati's play. I mean, this is what, 5 of 6? With the only loss being at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
It looks, I mean, that's your play. You can't do that in this league if you're not playing at a pretty high level.
Yeah, and you've got an opportunity to win some, two quad 1 games? Are they quad 1? No.
BYU will be quad 1 at home.
Yeah.
TCU will be quad 1 at home or on the road.
On the road, yeah. So yeah, 2 quad 1s to finish it.
Chom scored 3 straight over 20. It's the first time it's happened since Jizzle did it last year.
When was the last time a big did that?
Maybe that stretch from Trey Scott.
That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Baba's not done. Baba's not done 2020.
No. Baba's not he's not in up over 20 much.
He's been playing very differently of late. He is almost looking to facilitate more often than take it to the rim.
Well, because teams when he started scoring a little more, now that weak side big is coming over because if he's got a big on him, they can't stop him driving to the rim. So now they're bringing the weak side big over, and he's just dumping it to Chom. I mean, how many times has he you want to know why Chom is feasting right now? A lot of it is because Baba's just okay with what's the defense giving me? All right. The play is get it to Moo and let Moo score, from 1 foot 3, 4, 5 times a game.
Yeah, that's It's been efficient.
11, 8, and 8. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
What's up, Keith?
11, 8, and 8 for Baba. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. He looks so comfortable right now in his role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this team's they've been incredibly unselfish, especially down this stretch of the last I don't know, the 6 games that you're talking about, but just in general, I think throughout the season, they've been pretty unselfish, but lately it just seems like they really have emphasized making the extra pass to find the guy to go from good shot to great shot. And when you have great shots as opposed to good shots, you end up over 40. You end up 47, 41, 73 as a slash. That's fine by me.
And it's not a coincidence, Aaron, that they're making making perimeter shots. It's at a lot higher clip because they're playing from inside out instead of, and Wes talked about it a little bit in the post game. We've been talking about it here 5 years for a long time. It is a lot easier when the ball is coming from inside to out to step into it. It's why you see such a high percentage on offensive rebound threes, because the ball is generally coming from the paint out to the 3-point line to a guy wide open. He's stepping into the catch and shooting it. And they're doing it differently because it's really not the guards that are collapsing the defense. It's more the bigs that are collapsing the defense and then kicking opposite or get it out to the top, and then the top swings it over to the wing or to the baseline for an open look. But it's so much harder to shoot well when you're just moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Nobody's going to get out of position. You collapse the defense by getting the ball into the paint, getting touches at the rim, and now they've got to move it back out. Now defenses are scrambling. Now you make the extra pass. The defense is well behind. You get a wide open look for 3, and, you're in good shape. It's just it's a much more functional way to play offense.
Yeah. It's looked, aesthetically, it looks better than anything they've been doing all year. It opens up things in transition. It opens up things in the half court. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's a lot more fun. I was walking out with Dan Horde today, and we were talking about that very thing. It's a lot more fun aesthetically to watch happen when your team is playing. And it's not, there's a difference too. Like sometimes you have a game or two where you get hot, right? Like you're running the same stuff, you're doing the same things, but you just make some shots and then you revert back to, what it's always looked like or what it's already looked like as those shooting percentages normalize. This has been more of a case of they're just doing it different. And that's creating better shots. It's creating better rhythm. It's creating better space. And that allows you to be a better shooting team.
Well, like I said, it's been much more fun to watch. And when you see this team functioning at this level, I feel like it's even affected the turnovers. You've only had how many in the last game? You had 3. So you have 11 turnovers in 2 games. That's fantastic.
A big reason of that, Aaron? They're not dribbling. Like they're
just making good passes.
Yeah. We've talked about this a million times too. The ball moves faster via the pass than it does the dribble. And when you're dribbling, defense gets time to recover. They get time to get back into their spot. Unless you've got Christian Anderson just coming downhill on a ball screen and getting to the rim. So when you're moving the ball via the pass or you're initiating offense via the pass, You're not, as long as you're not throwing it, if you're making the smart pass, you're not trying to make the crazy, which they did a bunch of that at the beginning of the year too, where it was like, what the fuck was that pass? Who was that to? What did you, I want to know what you saw that made you think that was a good pass. And they all did it.
The main culprit has been playing, so
I disagree.
I thought Kirk Reese did that an awful lot.
He did it. He had more than his fair share of, but his was like trying to throw a behind the back, like trying to make a highlight pass. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like just making like being in control and throwing the ball off the fucking
referee
scores table. Yeah. Like, oh my God. But yeah, they're just playing a much more, I guess the right word is sustainable.
I hope so.
I mean, in terms of like how they're doing it, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of dribbling. There's precise movement. Guys are getting to spots. The ball is moving and it's finding the open guy. That's more sustainable than like, one guy dribbles around for 20 seconds. And then they end up with the hand grenade offense, the final 8 seconds of the shot clock. Do I think Tillery can reach Christian Anderson heights? No.
That's lofty.
No. Do I love Keyshawn Tillery? Yes. Do I think he can be the best like pick and roll scoring offensive minded point guard in the country? I don't see that. Don't see that. What about Devin Downey heights? I don't think he's that dynamic as a scorer. Like Downey and look, if you go back and look at Downey's numbers, he scored a lot of points. He took a lot of shots. If you follow him from UC to Cincinnati, like Devin Downey got the ball on the rim, boy. I don't know. How about we just let Keyshawn be Keyshawn? How about that? The offense has been a lot more post-centric, which makes sense with Baba and Sham. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Instead of they don't have guards that are getting good at getting in the paint. But we beat that to death.
Oh, Day
beat that to death. Yeah, Day did hit 1,000. I figured we'd get to that when we get to the individual segments. But yes, he's had a very, very good.
They didn't talk about it on the broadcast, or I missed it.
Really?
I may have missed it.
They talked about it in the arena.
But I did see an interesting lineup out there today that I thought we should talk about. You had Mustafa Cham, Baba, and 3 guards with Day, Tillery, and Jizzle out there, and they were fast when they had that lineup out there.
They've done it. I think they've done it a couple other times, but not for like long.
They did it more so with Kirk Risa than they have at all with Keyshawn Tillery, where Kirk Risa or now Keyshawn Tillery being the 3rd guard with the other 2 regulars. But I enjoyed seeing that and watching how fast they ran and were able to, I felt like the offense was again even faster than what they had been playing, and it felt sped up today in general.
It did. I mean, I didn't feel like there were any scoring droughts today, really.
No.
Yeah, I saw it a little bit against Tech, Brendan. It wasn't
maybe that's why I didn't notice it. If it didn't look good, I'm like, I'm not talking about that one.
Yeah, Jizzle's almost there, and I think Celestine's almost there too. Like he needs a little bit more, but I think he's inching closer. I think he's like 40 away from getting his 1,000th point too. Boy, Oklahoma State was not good today. That is
no.
I'm obviously with Parsifala out. That's a different look to that team without one of their best players.
Yeah.
I thought their energy was bad. Like it did not feel like they had much pop at all today.
No, they looked out of sorts, and I don't know. I mean, the game was called differently in the first half than it was in the second half. They kind of let them play quite a bit more in the second half than they did in the first half. As you had,
It
I think
was let's go home in the second half.
Well, you had 6 fouls, I think, in the first 3.5 minutes, which that's how many fouls Kansas had in their last game. So
yeah, they didn't blow the whistle a whole lot in the second half at all.
no,
I'm okay
far
with that.
less.
It was time to go.
The game was out of hand. It was fine. But
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else just on the overall. I mean, impressive after getting just demolished on the offensive glass against Tech. Only 5 offensive rebounds for Oklahoma State, and they missed 32 shots. So percentages back in line there. Cincinnati had 14 offensive rebounds, 24 second chance points.
Yep.
The crazy thing to me, Oklahoma State got 38 off their bench. They did not get much from their starting 5 at all. Silk the Shocker's son had a good day.
Victorious.
I actually I was talking to the DJ E-Train.
Yeah.
Before the game and told him what was happening with Victorious Miller being in town. And then as I was sitting there pregame during warm-ups, I hear, "Oh, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault." He played the mystical verse though, not which is the better of the verses. Yeah. Yep. It's the better one. Yeah, Jeff Caldwell is the number 1 testing wide receiver in the history of the combine.
That's crazy. They also
had tested higher than Calvin Johnson.
That's to see not one but 2. I think that's the second player just at this combine. Not necessarily for Cincinnati, but just in general. 2 players scored the highest at their position in the history of their position.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And one of them was Jeff Caldwell.
He's going to be a monster in the league.
We knew he was going to be a testing freak. I did not think 4.31. Like I was thinking like low 4.4s, high 4.3s. 4.31 is cruising, boy.
At his size, yeah, that's
6'5", 216.
Yeah.
4.31.
Absolutely crazy.
The No Limit kids have been killing us, Mercy and now Victorious. Yeah. I mean, did you know Master P kind of played in the NBA a little?
Yeah, the Hornets.
Tiny bit. Yep. He was with them every year in camp. They get a camp invite and play in the preseason.
I think it was Toronto. I think he was with Toronto as well.
Yeah, I know it was New Orleans a couple times. Like he was a hooper. Master P could ball.
Yeah.
There was talk of him at one point, like maybe he might make the Hornets for a little while coming out of camp. It was like, that's insane. Insane. You wanna get to it?
Do the thing and get out of here. All right. We'll start off right at the top. Day Thomas. We haven't let off with him in a good long while. 26 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 7 of 11 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 2 rebounds, both defensive, 2 assists, 3 fouls, 2 steals, no turnovers. Well done. 29 minutes played, plus 32. That also led all Bearcats.
It was really nice to see the 3 ball going in for him again. I mean, it has been a struggle here for a couple weeks, and boy, think about how well they've played over the last 6 games, and they've done it really without Day being much of a factor. But he shot it confidently today. Did a good job understanding like when to move it, when to shoot it. Took open ones and a lot of net.
Yeah, to find 7 threes is a really good day. I know they mentioned on the broadcast that he was getting close to his career high. Was that how close?
29, I think, was his career high.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever hit 30.
Needed one more three. Maybe he'll get it against BYU. We'll see. Just keep being aggressive. I love it. That's what we have been pounding the table for from Day. 24 from Mustafa Cham, 10 of 18 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 3 offensive, 12 defensive, giving him 15 rebounds, easily leading all Bearcats, 1 assist, 1 foul, 1 turnover, 28 minutes played, plus 31.
Plus 31 is it's well done, Moo. He's got great touch, man. He just has a super. This is why he was thought of as highly as he was coming into last year at UCF, and then why he was such a prominent name on the transfer portal. Offensively, I mean, he gets the ball up on the rim about as soft as you can get it up there.
Well, I mean, you go back to the beginning of the season and you think about how he struggled to fit in this offense and how much he's adjusted and taken advantage of the double teams that have been swarming Baba, and just being able to recognize that he has position, recognize when he has the mismatch, recognize when he has just the right placement, and taking more often than not, just taking the high percentage shot as opposed to trying to back somebody down. It's not going anywhere. And then they're bringing a second on him or something like that. He's not trying to really post up all that often. He takes advantage of it when it's there, but I just think that his recognition right now is fantastic.
He's catching more in the mid post and turning him facing than like the traditional, hand up big man. But he did have, and he's doing it a little farther out, which I think is also why it looks a little different. When he's posting up, he's catching it at like 10, 12 feet and then turn and face. And, if you back off of him and you're trying to keep him from getting close, he's going to rise up and hit that 13, 15 footer with relative ease. Relative ease. And he's got such a good touch. Either hand, going over either shoulder, the short jump shot. I mean, how much I hate 15 to 17 footers, but I feel pretty good when it comes out of his. He usually takes those when he's wide open and people just leave him standing there, and he's just like, okay.
Yeah, that's because by the time he rises up, his eyes are above the rim, so he's just dropping it down as opposed to anybody else.
Yeah.
11 points for Baba Miller, 5 of 6 from the field. No threes today. 1 of 3 from the line. 2 offensive, 6 defensive, giving him 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 foul, 31 minutes played, plus 31. What a day.
He's essentially the point guard. Now, when he has the ball in his hands, I've always hated this term because I think it gets used improperly, but he's a point forward. Like, they run action to get him the ball either at the top of the key or on the wing to be in advantageous positions to get downhill, to get a paint touch, to create stuff for everybody else. If they leave it open, like the dunk where he turned the corner and there was wide open space and he just went down the left side and got the quick dunk. But if not, if you're trying to cut him off, he's going to make the pass and he's going to make you pay for it.
Yep. I feel like everything has slowed down for him right now. He's seeing the court entirely different than almost anybody else on the court at any moment that he's out there. I'd argue that Christian Anderson probably was seeing it better than him when we played Tech, but outside of that, I don't know that anybody right now is seeing the game move as slow or seeing things the way that Bob Miller's seeing it. So,
and kudos to Wes and staff for, and it's a month ago or so, they just started, okay, like if our guards aren't going to be able to get to their spots, then we're going to let Baba get to his spot and make the defense react and give him either a short push shot or, the ability to pass and make the play.
Yep. All right, we'll keep it moving. Jizzle James, 11 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 1 offensive, 4 defensive, giving him 5 rebounds total, 3 assists, 3 fouls, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 25 minutes played, plus 30 for Jizzle James.
Didn't force a whole lot. I thought his shooting early helped out and kind of got the ball rolling. But again, it was a situation where everybody it felt like today, everybody had the confidence that when I'm open, the ball's going to find me and I'm going to shoot it like in rhythm, get a good look. So nobody really I think they had only 2 possessions that felt like the shot clock was right at 3-2-1 type deal. I think Keyshawn chucked up a 3. And I think they had one other one, but both of those, I think, were in the second half where I think they were content, just run the shot clock out. You're up 30. Just let's get this thing over with. But yeah, that's generally how good teams play that shoot well. Everybody's confident. Everybody's willing to make that extra pass, because they know the next time you're going to be the guy catching the extra pass instead of the guy throwing the extra pass. There's just a belief in that. I thought Jizzle played really well within his role. He got on the glass some. He passed it well. Just a really good, efficient day for Jizzle.
Well, if you look at your 2 bigs with Mustafa Cham and Baba, you had 35. You actually had 37 from your 2 guards today. And we've been talking about, if this team is going to get to where it wants to be, you're going to need more play from your guards. 37 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, but the majority of those assists came from all over the place. So, but in any case, 8 points for Jalen Celestine, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 1 rebound, defensive, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 23 minutes played, plus 20.
I mean, maybe could have made an extra 3, but I thought he had good looks. I think he rushed 1. I still, man, I'm at that point of the season where I've watched him enough now, Aaron. More often than not, when it comes out of his hand, I expect it to go in.
So the announcers love him, always. But yeah, this wasn't a game where he really needed to do much more. The supporting cast got things done. You didn't have to rely too much on him for the threes because they fell from everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with him only taking 6. He made 2. He looked confident with the ball. He's not one who is afraid to drive, which you want to see more of that. But I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't have the best handle in the world. Let's be honest.
No. But he's still not afraid to drive. I feel like there's been times this season that he's been more willing to drive than either of our guards.
Yeah. No, he's very aware off of that pump fake or off of the hesitation and then attack the closeout, get to a spot. He's a guy I really like watching play offense.
Yep.
Iowa State's clawing back, Aaron. Hilton Magic's happening.
Yuck.
And then Texas Tech just made a 3. So they're back up 9. Iowa State had cut it to 6. It was getting a little rowdy in there. Kansas is getting their butt kicked by Arizona. I think that was 18 last I looked. But that's for tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a different show for a different day, literally. 5 points for Keyshawn Tillery, 2 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 offensive rebounds, his only rebounds, 5 assists, a foul, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 25 minutes played, -8 for Keyshawn.
I think he was also the -8 is a tad misleading.
Because he was out there at the end.
They had a 7-0 run at the end when Cincinnati was not trying to act. They were trying to get Grant Derbyshire shots.
Correct.
So I don't think that should be as prevalent in the plus minus. I think it's basically right around even, which, a backup guard, if they can break even, then you're generally in pretty good shape. But I don't have too much on Keyshawn today. I thought he played fine. They got beat a couple times on defense that taking some chances he probably didn't need to take and got beat a couple times.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, not great. But in a game where you only had 8, I'm not going to be too upset about 3 there. But he's getting good run though, 25 minutes. So that's more than Celestine today. Granted, he was in at the end where the game was well out of hand.
Yeah.
9 shots, maybe a bit much for him, but only making 2. That's not great.
Somebody had to shoot at a couple points.
But yeah, I'm with you. It was just kind of a mid performance, average. Yeah. Halvin Zella, 4 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 free throws, made them both, 2 offensive rebounds. His only rebounds, 1 foul, 12 minutes played, -8.
You're probably going to need Halvin with whatever's going on with Tyler. I know it. I think he tweaked it again in the Texas Tech game, the knee. So gonna have to. I don't ever have any problem with his effort, with his positioning defensively. Like, he does exactly what's asked of him. You're not going to get a lot of points, but you're going to get exactly what you're going to get out of him. I guess that's the best way to put it.
There was a rebound that he had today where there were 3 Oklahoma State people around him, and he was the one who went up and got it, threw some bows, went back up with it, and then he ended up getting the free throws on that. But you certainly can never knock his effort. He is a guy who will go out and hustle his ass off every single time he's on the floor.
You're getting more and more of a look like why he was the captain on the French national team that won the FIBA World Cup.
Because he goes and goes and goes.
Yep.
2 points for Sean Abayev in his return, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 rebounds, both defensive, 2 assists, 1 steal, 13 minutes played, -2. The 2 points, by the way, came off of a dunk that looked like he was going to miss.
He tried. He got a little hung up on the rim, but he got, give him credit. He got it over the top, Aaron. He got it. Just barely muscled that thing over the front of the rim.
Sir, you were tall enough to dunk. You should be dunking with ease.
Said by someone that's not tall enough to dunk.
Well, that's fine.
But no, I thought he was fine. I thought he passed it really well. That was my big thing that I wanted to see from him, because I don't think they're in a position early in the year. He had to shoot too much. They had not figured out the best way for this group to play offense. And it required him to take a lot of hand grenade shots late in the shot clock. And they're not having that issue nearly as much now. He's not going to have to shoot a lot. You can just ask him, take good shots, move the ball. And I thought he defended fairly well today too.
Yeah, I thought he actually had some hustle plays, even on
Yeah.
balls that were going out of bounds, trying to get rebounds that he didn't necessarily have a great chance of getting. They end up going out of bounds anyway on 2 of them, I think. But in any case, I don't know. I don't know if it was rusty or a lack of confidence at this point in the season, due to how the earlier parts of the season went for him. He just never looked fully comfortable to me out there today. Maybe it's because he's being asked to do different things. I don't know. I felt he looked off.
I don't know. I didn't notice that at all, really. I mean, obviously he looked like a guy that hadn't played in a month. But like on the, I look at like the play where it was an offensive rebound and he grabs it and then he gets pushed and ends up out of bounds, but they don't call the foul. Like, do you think he just hopped backwards 2 feet for the fun of it?
For no reason.
That annoyed me. But either way, I thought he's fine. I thought he looked like a guy that they were easing back into the rotation. So see how that goes.
Maybe he's trying to still figure out his role with this offense, as it's looks very different than the last time he was playing. So
very true.
Buck Harris had no points, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 assist, 2 fouls, 10 minutes played, -8.
They have found the perfect role for Buck. Come in for 5 minutes a half and be an agitator. And you hope in those 5 minutes that he doesn't take a bunch of shots, but he might.
He might. Yep, he is what he is at this point.
Yes.
And lastly, Grant Derbyshire, 0 for 1 from the field, 1 rebound offensive, 1 turnover, 3 minutes played, -3.
Boy, they are trying to get him the first points of his career. They are trying.
Maybe him bringing up and setting up the offense, I don't know, was the greatest idea, but got his pocket picked.
He did. All right. I don't have a whole lot else. Do you?
1.282 points per possession.
That's good.
Yeah, really good. When 1-3 is out of hand, 1-2 will take it, and 1-1 is the goal. 1.28 is damn close to that 1-3. Scoring percentage 54.9. Turnover percentage only 11.3. Just a great game.
Also, kudos to our boy Josh Reed. See Josh today?
No, because I don't watch Penn State.
25 in a upset win over Iowa. Is 9 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3. 609 points in his career, Aaron. I feel better that he got over that 600 mark. Now
I've never guessed.
He's actually scored more points this year at Penn State than he scored his first 3 years at Cincinnati combined.
That checks out.
All right. That'll do it. We will see you. We'll be back tomorrow night with the nightcap, looking back at the Big 12 from this weekend and getting ready for the final week of the regular season in college basketball. That's the Aftermath, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!